Alright guys, welcome back. This is the second part to the last video, choices. You probably already know that. Life choices in God. I'm just going to jump right into it here, and I'm not sure how long this is actually going to be, because I think that it's similar in text, not quite as much as the last video, but it may only be like 5 minutes, and you already know that, but I'm just hoping that it comes out with enough, to really give you something and not just kind of be a closing, if you will, to the last video. But I want to start off by saying that you may have heard me say this in my videos before, but God desires that we stick around other Christians. It's really important that we as Christians have people to, just to fellowship with around us. People from your school or job that are in the Christian walk or trying to be, that doesn't mean you can't be friends with anyone who isn't, but, you have to surround yourself with people who are godly people. If you surround yourself with Christians, he can use them to speak through. Fellowshipping with people, God can speak through them and, give them the words in their heart to say to you and things that reverberate through your spirit that they say and they stick with you, That they have your best intentions in mind when they're giving you advice, if they're, true Christians, and you can verify in your own spirit that they are true Christians. There are a lot of reasons why he wants you to have Christian friends, but the biggest part that I'm focusing on here is the wisdom that they can bring. Proverbs 11:14 says that wisdom is crucial. Having help from other people gives you a more broad spectrum of wisdom. You don't just get what you know or what your mom knows. You get what, this friend knows, or, what this friend has experienced, or, every person has gone through something different, basically. God makes everyone different so that every person can help you in a different way. Some people grow up in different situations that they come in contact with things earlier or come in contact with different things than you. And having people around who know how to handle things and know what they did to get through it with God, and they can tell you that really helps you, avoid unnecessary hardships. And the same way, if you're around people and you've been through something, and you're around people who are going through that, you are a really crucial, your testimony is a really crucial part of them getting through it if God has called you to talk to them about it. And that's why, our testimonies are so important, and that goes along with what I was saying in a few previous videos, that sometimes God will use the bad things that the devil meant for bad and turn them around for good. So maybe if the devil's putting you through a bad situation, then God will work through how you got through that, and he'll help you through it, but he doesn't want you to forget how you got through it, because then you can go through and tell other people, how you got through it, how you got through the conviction for it, or how you got through the pain, or, anything like that. If you got through something that's really hard and, you keep that inside you, then when someone, not keep inside you in a bad way, but like keep inside you the knowledge of how you got through it and who got you through it, then you can help people who are going through the same situation. And being around people who have been through a lot of stuff, just how everyone's been through stuff. So if you're around people who have been through some stuff, who are Christians and got through it through Christ, then they can help you get through it as well. And I hope it doesn't sound like I'm rambling, but it kind of feels like I am. Proverbs 18:1 says that he who separates himself seeks his own desire. He quarrels against all wisdom. Now, I'm not going to say anything, condemning about this, but just me as me personally, I'm telling you that being on your own or being only with unbelievers really saps the Christian spirit, the Christ-like spirit. It saps its power and strengthens your flesh more than it strengthens your spirit. It's really, really, really important that you have Christian friends and that you don't unequally yoke yourself with unbelievers. I think I'm saying that right. Correct me if I'm wrong. This just goes to show that sticking with other Christians is God's desire for us. The fact that he says that separating yourself from other Christians means that you're seeking your own desire and you're quarreling against all wisdom. Now, I'm probably going to wrap the video up pretty soon here, but there's a really important part of all Christians, and every single lesson I ever teach you, this is important to keep in mind. It's called your witness. Some people may know what your witness is, other people may not, but I'm going to tell you that kind of a vague definition of it is it's basically your impact without saying words, okay? Now keep this in mind. Everyone, every Christian, every sinner has a future and every saint has a past, that kind of thing. Well, you are going to be seen by unbelievers and a lot of times by believers. You're going to be seen by what you've done. So, I mean, I'm not going to go in a lot of examples because I don't want to make anyone feel condemned, but if you have done a lot of bad things, then your witness is going to start out, at least. You can build it back up, but it's going to start out bad. Everyone's going to look at you and think, oh, he's a Christian, or oh, she's a Christian. But what you have to realize is that you can fight out of that. The more people see you're changed, the more everyone, it kind of gives more credibility to God. The more, if you started out as a bad person, a really bad person, and then you change, and people can see the change. So when you're making any decision, keep your witness in mind. If it's going to make everyone think of you as like this decision that you make, if it's going to make everyone look at you and think, oh, I thought he was a Christian, or that kind of stuff, keep that in mind. Now, I'm not saying that if something might make you look bad at first, but God is calling you to do it, you need to do it if that's what God's saying, because He knows what's going to happen. I'm just saying that if God's calling you to do something, He knows how it's going to go out and how it's going to turn out. So, keep your faith in Him above all. But if your decision makes you feel uneasy about how people are going to see you and you don't find peace with God in it, then just know that you need to protect your witness, because how people see you is going to affect how you can affect the kingdom of God. If people see you and think of God's goodness and think of your good deeds, then you have a healthy witness. If people can think about all the good things that you've done for them and all how good of a person you've been, and this person's really full of God, that kind of stuff, then that means your witness is healthy. If people are repulsed by you because of your actions and reputation, then you have an unhealthy witness. And I'm just going to let you know that you might be sitting there thinking, well, Christians aren't supposed to judge people. Well, that kind of stuff, that everyone says. But I'm just going to let you know that the people who are going to judge you, there are going to be Christians who will judge you. And I'm not going to talk about all that, but I'm going to let you know that you are called to save the lost. And the lost people, they don't care if Christians are supposed to judge you. They're going to judge you and they're lost. They don't care. Who are they getting judged by? In the end, if they don't believe in God or if they don't know God, they don't care if that's the Bible's law that you can't judge people. So you have to understand that you can get mad all you want by them judging you, but they're still going to do it. You have to keep in mind all your actions, and if you've done bad things before you were saved, or even slipped up while you were saved, then you have to, continue to pray for God to help your witness and continue to do things that will improve your witness. Don't do things for your own glory, but, try your best not to slip up more in public. Don't. If you're playing basketball with a group of guys who are lost, and some are Christians and some are lost, you're just intermingling with a bunch of people, don't start spitting out cuss words on the court. Those are things that not doing that will, it will strengthen your witness if you have done it before when you were lost and everyone sees that you've changed. And it's not gonna bring glory to yourself if you don't cuss on the court. It's just gonna stop yourself from weakening your witness. Proverbs 22:1 says, a good name is to be more desired than great riches, and favor is better than silver and gold. So that's not only talking about a good name in God. I mean, what God's saying here is, if it comes down to it, and you can get a lot of money by doing this, but it will hurt who you are and what your name is and what your witness is like, then you're losing out on value because you're basically selling your witness for money in that situation. Like if you're cheating someone out, like you're selling someone a bad product or something, if you're selling someone something broken, then they're going to think, oh, well, he's not very reliable as a person, but you got some money for it, but you sold your witness for that person, and your witness is more valuable than money, is what God's saying. You need to, and not just money. Favor is more important than silver and gold. So you want to find favor not only with God but with man. God first, but if you can find favor with Christian men around you and people who are lost, if you find favor with them, then your witness has more weight to it. You can reach more people if you have favor with everyone. If everyone likes you, then they're going to value what you think. And so basically your witness is really important, and no amount of money or anything earthly can replace it, and nothing is more valuable to you earthly. So you really need to keep in mind your witness when you're making choices in God. This kind of, in a way, turned into a little bit of a witness video, but that's okay, because your witness is one of the most valuable things that you have on this earth. You have God, His salvation, God's love, all the things that God brings when He comes into your life. And you have your family, and you have your witness. Those are some of your most important and valuable assets. So you really need to keep those healthy, if at all possible. In closing of this video, in all the choices that you make, consider your witness, but above all, consider God's will, because that's the most important thing when you're making a decision, is how God wants you to go about it. Because I can promise you that you might think that that's dumb or controlling or something at first, but just know that He wants the best for you, and He knows what's best for you. So you getting all mad thinking that God's calling all the shots, which is what He's supposed to be doing, is just hurting you. He knows what's best for you, and He wants what's best for you. So if you follow Him, then no matter what you think, that's what's best for you, what He thinks. So thank y'all. Please support me in any way you can. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I really appreciate all the support, and I really appreciate the kind of, not really movement, but there's been a lot of activity on my channel lately, getting a lot more views and view time and subscribers, and those really help me out. So please continue to do that, and thanks.